The French and Indian War started on 1754 and it ended on 1763. It was a war between the French and the British. The French allied with the Horror Indians, but at the end, the British won. It was a turning point because it helped the British establish its supremacy in North America. It gave them a lot of land like Canada, the Ohio River Valley, and the east of Mississippi. Because of all this land, England became more controlling, and as they expanded, the colony's value increased. As a result of the French and Indian War, England was in a lot of debt, and in order to keep the land they conquered, they instituted taxes, like the Sugar Act and the Stamp Act. They put taxes on sugar and molasses, which was used widely amongst the colonies. They also put taxes on paper and newspapers. It was a turning point because it made the colonies very angry at Britain. They saw it as they were denied of English rights, while the Americans saw it as an abuse of power. The next event is the Proclamation Line of 1763. King George II's administration didn't want the colonists living in the Appalachian Mountains, so they drew a line to avoid conflict with the Native Americans. It was a turning point because it made the colonists very angry. It showed them that they could not expand, which was the whole point of them moving to the New World. The Boston Massacre was the bloodshed of the American Revolution. British guards in Boston opened fire and ended up killing 5 Americans. It was a turning point because the event was heavily publicized, which riled up anti-British within the colonies. Thomas Paine, he wrote a pamphlet titled Common Sense. In 1776, in Common Sense, he argued 2 major points. The first was that a monarchy was a bad form of government, and the second was the public had rights to revolt against the government if necessary. It was a major turning point because it opened many people's eyes and made them realize the power the government had over them. Thomas Paine also drew inspiration from John Locke. John Locke, he wrote the 2 treatises of government and natural rights. In the book, he reasoned that the government may be supreme, but should follow natural rights. He also argued that citizens have the right to revolt against a government if they are not protecting their rights.